LeVay gets it up top, goes right side to Jones. Jones elevates and throws it up, an air ball. Taken out of there by Florence. Florence has an opportunity to go coast to coast. Instead goes left side to Jennings. Lines up a 3 ball. It's a little bit short of the mark, and that ball kicked. The Augusta basketball, much to the delight of Celeste Stewart, the interim head coach. What a start she's gotten off to. 6-1 on the season. Amazing start for the veteran assistant under Millette Green, who moved on to Wake Forest. Howard to trigger. Comes way over the top to Florence. Florence aggressive as she moves to the right side. Dumps it down low to Manning. Great pass. They try to feed it inside to Grace, who can't control it. And now it's a steal. That's Christmas bumped by Jennings, who picks up the personal. Alford returns to the floor for Augusta. Turning the corner. The jump hook in the air is good. That field goal by LeVay. So LeVay with the field goal on the hook shot in the lane. Somebody got a little too handsy in there, trying to manipulate the movements of Howard. That foul was assessed against Lex Chapman, the senior guard. That's her first. Jamaria Jennings on the left. Monet Florence on the right, both in the deep corners. Kiera Howard takes the high ball screen, drives inside, takes contact, gets in close. She picks up the foul, and that one will go against. That will go against Craig, and that'll be her second foul. She's going to have a seat as Langley comes in to replace her. So out goes the 6-foot sophomore power forward. In to replace her is the 6'3" center of attention, Langley. As Howard returns to the line. Kiera Howard averaging 7.6 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. She makes 1 of 2 from the line. She has 5 points to lead the way for Augusta. 5 of the team's 9 points thus far belong to the graduate student, Howard. LeVay with the shot at the buzzer didn't work. We played 10 minutes in the opening quarter, and the Jaguars trail by 5 to the 15th rated team in the country, 14-9. You're watching Jaguar basketball. And thank you so much. Welcome back in. This is the place to be on a Saturday afternoon. The Christenberry Fieldhouse for the 15th rated Georgia Southwestern State University Hurricanes as they take on the Augusta University Jaguars. In that first quarter, great scoring thus far part of the Georgia Southwestern State Hurricanes. They got 14 on the board after a fast start, though. Things slowed down for them. Their leading scorer, Kayla Langley, with 4 points. Joining her with 4 was Ava Jones out of the backcourt. 2 points for Dalen Craig. 2 points in the game for LeVay, Jacqueline LeVay, the leading scorer, and then 2 points for Skylar Christmas, making up the 14 on the board. As for Augusta, as I mentioned, they're paced by Kiara Howard with 5 points. They also had 2 rebounds in that first quarter. 2 points for Yamani Paul and 2 points for Tamaya Alford. Hurricanes have the opening possession and they drive. For the floater, that's no good. Ball tipped out, and now we got numbers. 3-on-2 break. Howard driving to the basket. Howard off the glass high. Comes down too strong. Back the other way. Fast break opportunity to the bucket. Ava Jones. Jones with 6 as she got by Monet Florence. Augusta will inbound following the made hoop. They inbound it without allowing the official to touch the ball as they set it. And Howard has it. Goes to Jennings. Left side, Alford. The catch and shoot, too strong. Lex Chapman goes right side. And LeVay tries the reverse. Didn't work out for her. But they'll keep the possession underneath their own basket. Malia Gray still on the floor. Extended action for her. They need her size to work against Langley, as that's a beautiful drive and a finish at the rim. Ava Jones just blows by 2 defenders and finishes high off the window. So first time at the line for Jones. Her team 2 for 2 in that first quarter. Augusta 3 of 4 from the stripe. A 5'7" senior makes the 3-point play. She has 9, and then a steal leads to a bucket for LeVay. Correction, that was Williams with that field goal. That's her first field goal of the game. Howard thought about shooting it, and there's a strip. Trying to race ahead. 3 defenders back. Shot attempt in the air. Gets her own. Shot attempt no good. Grace pulls it in. And here come the Jaguars. They'll slowly bring it into the front court. Celeste Stewart hanging on every dribble up the floor. Grace has it. Top of the circle. Gets the ball screen to Jennings. One-handed push, no good. Back the other way. That's a double dribble, no call, and now the drive. Double team. They work the ball around the perimeter to the open look. That one's too strong. Florence runs it down and gets in the hands of Howard. 21-9, 12-point advantage. Howard to the bucket, no good. Grace powers for the rebound. She fought for it with LeVay. There's a whistle underneath. And LeVay will pick up the personal. Manning and Paul return to the lineup for Augusta. Player of the week, Alford and Grace leave to take a seat and get a little rest. Manning's been out for a minute. She gives the ball screen. It leaves to Howard's layup. That's good. Kiara Howard, second field goal for her. She's got 7 points in the game. 21-11 is our score with 7:05 left to play. There's a loose ball. Jennings with it. So Jennings talking to the offensive player, talked her out of the basketball. Langley trying to help out her teammate, Ava Jones, who had lost control of the basketball. So Jones will have a seat next to the assistant. Jennings up top to Paul. Right side to Howard. Manning wide open. 15-footer. Usually a good shot from Manning, but comes up a little bit short on that one. And go right side. They like to work the ball around the perimeter to an open look. Another three ball, no good. Follow-up attempt, and that one is a wild shot put up there. Ovey, not characteristic of her skill set. An opportunity for the Jaguars against pressure. Florence into the front court, left side to Paul. Great perimeter defense by Southwestern State University. Jennings finds Paul. Big on big. See if they can get the return pass. Shot clock down to 5. Do they realize it? Monet Florence to Howard. Open look, rattles out. Kept alive to Jennings. Jennings with the left hand high off the window and scores. Jennings with the left hand. What elevation and a soft kiss off the window. That's Christmas. It's Christmas time. It's her season. She puts that one home. 23-13. Howard trying to find the riddle for that 2-3 zone, and she does. Kiera Howard talked about her success against this team, averaging 13.2 points a game against them. Her sixth meeting, she's had games as high as 20 points and 16 in this series. Jennings off the steal, her second steal. Gets it stolen back. That was Williams. And her team will call a timeout with 5:08 left. 23-15 is our score, an 8-point game. The largest lead was 13, I do believe, in this contest. Looking at the first quarter numbers overall, Augusta shooting the worst quarter of the season. They shot 3 of 16, 18.8%. That was the story of that opening quarter. We're fortunate to only be bent down by 5 points by virtue of that. Georgia Southwestern on the other side, they shot 6 of 12 in that opening quarter. And then you look at the rebounding numbers, pretty even. Augusta with a 10-9 lead. Other numbers of import, though, points in the paint. 12-4 was the advantage for Georgia Southwestern State. And all the other numbers pretty close, except for the lead at the end of that opening quarter. The 5-point lead, largest run, was a 6-0 run for Georgia Southwestern State, for the biggest lead of 8 in that opening quarter. And as I said, they extended it out to 13. So Georgia Southwestern State, 15th rated in all the land, the Peach Belt Conference opener. This is the 18th meeting between Georgia Southwestern State and Augusta University. And the Hurricanes have an 11-6 advantage, including an 85-73 win here in a lopsided victory. And also, this was last season, that 85-73 win here on January the 19th, and then a 22-point lopsided win at their place in Americus on February the 7th. So a pair of victories. Augusta would love nothing more than to start this one off with a victory over them. Right side, Monet Florence lines up the 3 ball. Yes! Monet Florence, off the pass from Kiera Howard, she buries the triple. And oh boy, did we ever need that. 25-point career high on November 12th versus Southern Wesleyan. She averages 10.3 points a game and 2.6 rebounds a contest. Monet Florence, lefty layup is good. Langley, Kayla Langley is a load. 7-point advantage again. We got numbers if we push it. Great job of getting back by the Hurricanes defensively back in that 2-3. They pack it in. Cross court. Jennings into the corner where she knocked down the last one. Now the triangle offense. Manning stops. Ooh. Manning pops a little strong on that one. Inside of 4 minutes left. Jayla Stored now in the lineup. We've got a traveling violation out on the perimeter. That's Garrett. Got a wet spot in front of the bench for Georgia Southwestern. The official alertly finding it, so don't want anybody to get injured. Could have been a water bottle that spilled in that area. They break the press, and they'll settle into the offense. Operating from the left side, Howard comes right and goes to Florence. Extra pass to Jennings. We need it. Jennings buries it. Jennings with 5, the fabulous freshman, delivering some offense for the Jaguars. And now a steal by Jennings. Off the hand of Paul, goes to Florence. Florence, Euro step, inside floater, no good, but there's a whistle. You've got 2 Hurricanes on the floor. And one of those 2 is going to pick up a personal. That'll go against Skylar Christmas. So my offer will come in. And Jennings checks out. Gets a nice round of applause from her teammates. Round. Monet Florence. 4 points now in the game. Florence cuts the lead down to 3. There's a double rejection. Langley tries to with a chance to tie or take the lead. Offer somehow slipped back on the floor. Gets the ball screen. On the wing. Manning disrespecting her ability to knock down the shot. They'll bring it back to Offer with 9 on the shot clock. Working around the perimeter. Paul gives the screen to Howard. Howard drives with the floater in the air. It's over the top. They got to get a shot up. 1 second left. Did they realize it? They do not. And they called the shot clock violation. Official looked up, and it was tenths of a second. So again, there's a little change in the way our shot clock works than most. When you get inside of 2 seconds, it reverts to fractions of a second. We saw this during the 100 Black Men of Augusta Thanksgiving event, and sometimes officials will get thrown off because they see it go down to 2 seconds, and they do in their head 2-1 and think that's the time, but in reality, there's tenths of a second that still were available. Just go until the horn sounds. Paul on the dribble penetration, throws it away. Now fast break opportunity. Christmas has it. Drives. Christmas travels. Out from under her by Howard. That graduate student experience coming and paying dividends for the Jaguars there. What a play. She did the old Olay. See me now, you don't. Manning has it in the front. Coach Justin Payne didn't like it. Now Paul has it. She's wide open there. Fighting for it, and it'll be Augusta basketball. The arrow pointing in our favor. Gives it off to Howard. They go and injured. Student, we touched on her success against this team out of McDonough. Eagles Landing High School, 5'5" grad student, has meant so much to the program. And when we look at her numbers thus far in this game, 3 field goals already in this game. Scores. And now it's committed by the Hurricanes. In
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best drives me to coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
Augusta University, an experience like no other.
And there is Jag Elite just entertaining the crowd here at halftime. It's the halftime show, Augusta University Jaguar halftime show. Jack Johnson on assignment. I'm going to try to hold it down as best I can as we had an outstanding event that took place on Thursday. Of course, our halftime score here, the Georgia Southwestern State Hurricanes taking on Augusta, and it's 25-22. But look how much fun these kids had as they came out and had a blast. Fifth graders throughout Richmond County, a capacity crowd, and some lasting memories had by many. I remember one of the things that'll stand out for me at the end of this was Tyshawn Crawford signing autographs and signing anything a young person might have, from their T-shirts to the palms to their feet. You name it, they were shooting it, and they had a blast doing it without a doubt. And not only that, but after the signing went on, it continued. Tyshawn went outside and saw some of the kids as you see them shooting free throws. There were competitions as these fifth graders won prizes from area businesses. And now let's check out some of the highlights from this game. And you talking about a lot of fun it was for sure. This, of course, the highlights from the national championship run. But in the game that was played against Bowie State, they played at an extremely high level. And we got a chance and was treated to a lot of fun had by all as we're looking at some of the highlights versus Georgia Southwestern. And perimeter shooting, Gardner. And just shots being made all over the place. Gardner coming off the bench and paying dividends for his team. As Gardner finished up with those 2 field goals you saw there. Tremendous effort overall. Tyshawn Crawford was a man possessed, 15 points. He came up with 8 rebounds. He had 2 assists, a steal. At the very end, the Jaguars.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best drives me the coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
And welcome back inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse where the Jaguars trail by 3 in the second half of this game. The halftime show continues, and always a great time had by all as the fans are making their way in. And they'll probably make their way in for the second portion of this second half and then roll right into the men's contest as well. Tyshawn Crawford, an outstanding senior, one of many seniors that have eclipsed 1,000 points in their college career, and a guy that is a gentle giant, having a lot of fun with many of us. The cool thing about Tyshawn is he has steadily progressed in his collegiate career. Coming in the 1920 season, Tyshawn Crawford did outstanding things, averaging 13.5 points a game, 9.2 rebounds, and then from there in that shortened season, he did well with 12.5 points a contest and 8.8 rebounds, and then progressing into last year, his junior campaign with us, 37 games played. He started all 37 contests, averaged 17.6 points a game and 8.6 rebounds. And now, in this, his senior campaign, 19.9 points a rebounds, already the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week. And he looks forward to more honors coming his way. Of course, the co-player of the year as well. Tyshawn is the center of attention. And a little bit earlier this season, he sat down with our Art Berger. Let's take a watch.
So, with that starting out, first, tell me why you're here at Augusta and why you want to play football.
Coach Dip is a great coach. You know, I was at another school before previously.
Tell me about the national championship.
It was a great experience for me and my guys. We learned a lot. We didn't come out with the win, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was a great experience to have that, and hopefully we can get back to it.
So what are some of the key roles that you had to getting into the championship?
Okay, so my key moments was I probably think the game before that, the semifinal game, I went 12 for 12, I think, in the game. Went perfect from the field, and that was like the first time in the Elite Eight history that happened. I think just me being overall just an energy guy for my guys, on and off the court, just constantly being there, like day in and day out with all the energy, even when like we had early morning practices, just making sure that everybody was where they were supposed to be at, and like just happy to be there. So I think that played a part in it. And then when I got into the championship, I just overall just doing whatever my team needed me to do, rebound, block shots.
All right. So you're like what, 7 feet or so?
7'1", yes sir.
That's big.
Yes sir.
Tell me about that growing up. You're the biggest guy around, right?
Yeah. I've always been bigger than everybody in my class. You know, it becomes regular to people that stays around me, but like when it's new people, they kind of be like, oh my God, it's kind of taken back by it. But I've always been tall. It's just something I just enjoy for it.
And you were big as a baby.
Yes, sir.
24
inches long.
Man, that's big.
Yes, sir.
That's huge.
Yes, sir.
And so how does that affect you in basketball? I mean, you're taller than most everybody, right?
So in basketball, it has its good and its bad. You know, in basketball, I'm always taller than people so I can reach a little bit further than they can. But at the same time, it's like a lot of the stuff I don't get that the shorter guys get, such as foul calls, because I am bigger than them. I should be able to get a little bit more, or that's how the refs feel. So overall, it's good and bad things that come with it. But that's with everything. So.
That's great. Tell me about growing up. How'd you get into basketball, and why are you playing the sport?
My dad, Cassius, he had put a ball in my hand early. You know, we used to watch LeBron play all the time. I'm a LeBron fan. So
that's okay.
But then I grew to 7 foot. I wanted to be Bron, but then I grew to 7 foot, so I had to be me. So then that was the thing. But my parents, they always believed that I could do something. They wanted me to do something with my life. And then basketball, I just fell in love with it, and I've been playing ever since.
And basketball has really helped you drive where you want to go, right?
Yes, sir. I don't think I would have made it to college without basketball. Basketball has saved me from a lot of stuff. It's kept me out of a lot of trouble, put me in places that I never thought I would go. So, I mean, I don't think I would have ever traveled to Indiana if I wasn't playing for the basketball team. So I guess I just enjoy it.
What's the best thing about playing here at Augusta? What's your heart doing here, and what do you want to do afterwards?
Me personally, if I can't use my degree first, I want to go over and play professional ball somewhere. Anywhere, you know, wherever God bless me to go. But if I could just take up be an analyst, or either be a coach later on after I'm done playing basketball. That's what I think I want to do.
And Augusta's allowed you to do that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Coach Dib gives me opportunities where I have to like run little drills and stuff like that, making sure I'm sharp with my leadership skills as well as just being vocal. Because I'm not really vocal like that with my teammates, other than me yelling during the court. But like off the court, I'm kind of reserved a little bit, so it's just making me jump on my shell helps me.
Well, you're going in the right direction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you're the tallest person I've ever interviewed.
Yes, sir.
So, good luck. You're doing great.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Good.
Thank you so much, Art, and thank you, Tyshawn, for being so generous with your time. That is our halftime report, as outstanding performances on the part of Tyshawn Crawford. We expect nothing less in Game 2 of the tip-off of the Peach Belt Conference opener. And the first half highlights, Georgia Southwestern jumped out to a 10-2 lead. They were getting it done in a variety of ways. Taking the ball to the basket, scoring with the left hand there. And once again, the left hand, fundamentally sound, is this Hurricane team. To the right side as well, just shot after shot were dropping in that first quarter in particular. This team shot 50%, 6 of 12 shooting from the field in that first quarter. Second quarter was a different story, though. They were 5 of 16 shooting, Georgia Southwestern, 31.3%, finishing up the first half at 39.3% from the field. They were 0 of 6 from long range and 3 of 3 from the line. As for Augusta, we shot a poor first quarter at 18.8%, 3 of 16 shooting, and 3 of 4 from the line. That's 75%. But in the second quarter, things heated up just a little bit at 35.7%, 5 of 14 shooting, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, and then 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Finishing up the first half, Augusta shot 8 of 30 for 26.7%, 16.7 from long range, and 5 of 6 from the line, 83.3%. The biggest lead, I mentioned 13. It was actually 12 points for Georgia Southwestern. That coming at the 8:50 mark of the second quarter. Augusta has yet to have the lead by more than just 1 point. And 19 minutes and 29 seconds of that first half, Georgia Southwestern has had the lead. They got it done in paint points, 20-10. Augusta with the advantage in fast break points, 7-2, as we're ready to begin the second half of the contest. Kiera Howard, leading scorer with 9 points. 9 points for Ava Jones to lead the way for the Hurricanes. Langley with the opening possession, going left side, operating again against that Augusta defense. Backdoor feed, and there's a steal. Great defensive effort on the part of the Jaguars to steal it away from Craig. Kennedy Manning and Paul crisscrossing near the foul line. Manning elevates with the jumper. Knew it was coming off to the right side, but couldn't get there. Back the other way into the front court comes Lex Chapman. And there's a steal by Howard. So she's doing just fine. As she takes the ball to the rack and gets hammered. And she goes down again. Laid there for a second, had me worried, but quickly hopped back up again. Celeste Stewart races down for some quick instruction. Coach Stewart still has those legs. I think she might be able to get out there and give us 10 to 12 minutes. She flew down that baseline. Howard. 4-5 in the game now. Double-digit score, the first one of the contest. Missed the second one. That's Ava Jones. She and Chapman out there at the guards. LeVay joins them in the backcourt. Langley to Craig. Out on the wing. It's Chapman. Shot no good. Rebounded in the paint. Quite a long time she hung out there. And it's Langley with another field goal. So Langley got off to an auspicious start in that first quarter with 6. And now Alford travels down this end. Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week. Has been held in check in this game. Just 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting before that one. Turned in the corner. LeVay. Chapman. Rebound. Langley. Short on the jump hook. Rebounded by Paul. Paul. Drives. Paul to the basket. Dalen Craig picking up the foul. The sophomore from Lithia Springs. That is her third. Got in foul trouble early. She'll have to sit down alongside the head coach. Coach Payne. Aaliyah Grace. Much needed field goal there for Grace. She's on the board. And now the answer. They keep putting it down low. Langley handling business. Howard loses control of the dribble, still loose, fighting for it. Finally diving on as a teammate. That's Jennings, still loose, ball still loose. Picked up. They got a man on the other side. They go to her, driving, and that's a traveling violation. Good call by the official on the opposite side to call Williams. Delicia trying to get the advantage by cutting hard to the right after going left. She doesn't believe the call is real, but the official explained exactly what went on. In essence, she carried the basketball to get it there. She was going left and then all of a sudden slipped right. Howard travels back the other way. So point of emphasis, I know in the WNBA and NBA this season, has been that traveling violation. As players get more loose with the ability to Euro step and jump stop, crab dribble. Langley. Did she travel? No. This time it's Malia Grace picking up the foul. I don't think the basket will count. While she was on the floor. So Grace in the post, working against Langley. Calling out the high ball screen. Jumper in the air, rattles off. Manning gets it, knocked out of her hand by Chapman. It'll be Augusta basketball. And on top of that, the foul was committed. Wow. Lex Chapman picking up the foul, the senior. Out of Decatur. Went to Newton. There's a deflection. Augusta's got to get it across. And they just do. And there's, again, Howard dribbling in traffic. Gets it taken to the basket. Manning trying to bail out her teammate. Gets caught for the foul. Williams 0 for 2 from deep. First time at the line. Jolicia Williams out of Natchez, Louisiana. There's a steal by Langley into the hands of the quick one, LeVay. Chapman, LeVay on the perimeter, Jones. We've got another, this time a 3-second violation. Could have been a travel as well. LeVay was trying to hold that pivot foot. Peach Belt Conference basketball. Tip-off of the season here in Augusta. Jaguars trailing by 5. Manning gets it quickly, elevates, jump shot, rattles out. So Kennedy Manning and Tamai Alford not having their traditional good shooting game, nor has the rest of the team. As the 3-ball from the corner is good. Flashing that one for the corner is LeVay. Leads to a timeout as well. LeVay, the leading scorer, averaging 10.5 points a game. Williams averaging 10.4. And Augusta, for the most part, keeping those two in check to the tune of 7 points combined. 33-25 is our score. 5:23 left to play. Got the media timeout on the floor. 8-point game in this one. Jaguars 4 cross on the inbound. 2-2-1 press. Broken into the front court. Howard. Right wing corner. Jennings. Florence. Monet Florence on the runner. Second field goal in the second half for Augusta. 5 points on the board thus far. Dribble penetration, inside move, strong move, finish, counted, +1. So Jalecia Williams on an aggressive time and drive to the hole, scores the basket. And with that, an 8-point lead as we go to the media timeout. 4:37 left to play. You're watching Jaguar basketball.
We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
And we'll take a look at some of the highlights from this first half of basketball. Malia Grace getting on the scoring column and much needed. A big, providing some offense for the Jaguars in the painted area. Monet Florence having a tremendous game thus far. She drives the lane. But every time you turned around, the 15th rated Hurricanes making a run as they've extended their lead out to 8. 35-27. A tight game at the break. 25-22 was our score. So a 10-5 run. Make it 11. Williams with 5. LeVay with 5. Between them, they average 21 points a game. So it's the others, in particular Langley, who has picked up the slack for her team. Langley with 8 points, 6 rebounds. Ava Jones also providing some offense. Jones, the third best scorer on the team, averaging 9.6 points a game. She has 11. We got a ball tie up there. Hell ball, possession arrow in favor of the Jaguars. For Ava Jones, she's 5 of 10 shooting from the floor, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. She has 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal. For Langley, we talked about the 8 and 6, 8.6 rebounds. And a block shot to go along with that. Shot clock is down to 5. Howard sees the clock. She drives. Throws it up. Off the rim, so they'll get a fresh shot clock, but we can't get the board. Back comes Langley. Langley into the hands of Jones. Driving to the basket. Actually, that was Jones going to the basket. I was correct, and she got the ball to the hole and drew contact. And now she'll go to the line. So Georgia Southwestern State, the Hurricanes, 5-1, winners of 2 consecutive victories over Fort Valley State and Albany State. Now the drive, the floater. Howard gets her own. Howard, aggressive. Off that 5-5 frame, she gets the board somehow. Shot clock at 9. Howard Between the leg dribble, takes it inside. There's a whistle. And she will head to the line. And I don't know if you saw off camera the official who came over to usher the foul against number 2, Jalecia Williams, who picked up that personal. That's her first. But we've got a Wasp that's made an appearance here. Howard at the line. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal for Howard. Howard knocks down a pair of free throws. She's got 12 now. She's the game high scorer. Mentioned it a couple of times. This is her 6th meeting between these two, so she's the most familiar of the grouping. As that basket was up and down, dropped home by Williams. Driving to the basket, Alford, aggressive to the hole. That might get the Jaguars going. Tremendous move by Tamaya Alford. Got to take another look at that. Look at that move in traffic, working against Langley, giving up a lot of size and space, but finishing at the rim. Tamaya Alford, the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week, and picking up the 3rd foul to boot in the process. 3rd foul on Langley, and she makes the 3-point play. So that could very well be a huge sign for the Jaguars here. 2:38 left to go, 2:58 rather left to go in the 3rd period. And there is Langley camping out in the lane. Langley averaged 7 rebounds a game, but her numbers not even in the top 5 players scoring. But having a tremendous run today. So Langley now with 12 points. Renee Florence misses the bunny. Got all the way to the basket, not happy with that one. Back the other way. Step back. Now the left-handed drive to the basket. Ball tipped out. That shot attempt by Williams. Now Howard all the way to the rack. Tries to go with the reverse move, and she gets hit about the head again. And for the 3rd time today, Tierra Howard sprawling out on the floor. All of Howard's scoring thus far in the second half has been at the free throw line. And she gets the home rim roll. 15 points in the game for Howard. The Jaguars have cut the lead down to 2 possessions. It's 40-34, 6-point lead. Grace working against Langley, shoves her to the side, no call. They go back door, underneath, layup is up and in. That's Chapman. Lex Chapman. Chapman has done a lot of work, but would you believe that's her first field goal? Howard takes a shot. I think they actually bumped heads, her and the defender, and she's down again for the 4th time in this game. Howard goes down. The Hurricane player still bent over. Fortunately, we did not draw any blood. We had that happen earlier in the season. Howard seems to be okay, as is Williams. We're thankful for that. So 1:37 left to play in the third. Foul was committed by Georgia Southwestern State. So GSW picking up the personal. That is their 6th. Augusta with 3 here in the quarter. So Kiera Howard will go to the line, and she'll shoot 2. Nine of 11 from the stripe. Now 10 of 12 from the free throw line. "17 points for Kiera Howard, the leading scorer in the game, and Augusta not giving up any easy baskets now. They're locking in defensively, recognizing that inside paint points are so vital to the success of the Hurricanes. 15th rated in all the land. Jaguars picked to finish in the middle of the Peach Belt Conference. Step through move, and Christmas elevates with the jumper. No good. Rebounded by Manning. Manning. Walking double-double. She too has had some fantastic games. Not this one, but other games that she's had of import versus the Hurricanes, including on December the 19th, the 60-56 home win here. It was Kennedy Manning with 18 points, 16 rebounds versus the Hurricanes. Maybe she can conjure some of that up down the home stretch here. LeVay just picked up another foul. That is her 2nd. Team 7th. And Malia Grace will go to the line. Malia Grace, coming out party for her. Grace, who averages 1.4 points a game, 50% free throw shooter on the season. Grace with 4 big points in this one. Seven points, a career high for Grace. That in the game against Southern Wesleyan. And Kiera Howard picking up another foul on Christmas. And now Christmas picks up a technical foul. Justin Payne not happy. So Christmas picking up her 2nd, and then the technical foul makes it 3. She'll have to have a seat. We've got a timeout on the floor. 7.6 seconds left. Opportunity for Augusta to set up their defense following the technical fouls, or if they get the other possession. I'm not sure if that results in a second possession following the tech. It probably does, and if so, maybe the final offensive series as Kiera Howard, off her hot shooting, will head to the line. Yeah, Howard entered this game of 7 of 14 from the free throw line, but 10 of 12 thus far in this contest for Howard. Kiera sets, spins, and fires, and delivers on the first. So it goes as a common foul. She knocks down a pair. 19 points now for Howard. And now she'll shoot the 2 free throws. Kiera Howard gets one more. So why not? Howard unofficially with 20 points in the game. Her career high 32 points versus Clayton State, January 4th, 2020. Kiera Howard with 21 points, and we still have another quarter to play. Monet Florence, 7.6 as they get the ball inbounds. Go right side. Monet Florence lining up a three ball. No. And down goes Langley. She gets shoved by Malia Grace. Grace ready to celebrate that three ball as it looked when it left the hands of Monet Florence as it was going to find bottom. We're deadlocked at 42, ladies and gentlemen. 1.2 seconds left. The heave-ho rattles out. Nearly drops home, but the iron unkind as we played 30 minutes inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse on Clint L. Bryant Court. We've got a thriller coming your way in the fourth period for the Peach Belt Conference tip-off on the Peach Belt Sports Network. Back inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse, all set to begin the fourth and final period. This series dating back to 2009, a Jaguar women's win, 82-55 here inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse. Brittany Gerard led 5 Jaguar scores in double figures with 15. This one has a little bit of history. It's been hotly contested throughout. Shot from the rim. No good. Rebounded by Grace. Handoff to Howard. Augusta had numbers. 5-on-4 as hustling back was a player late down the floor, Dalen Craig. Kiera Howard. Tremendous performance thus far. As Offer with the foray with the right hand. My Offer, 5 points in the second half and a traveling violation. That was Ava Jones who traveled. 7 points in the game for Alford. $20 points for Howard, 7 points for Florence, 4 points for Jennings, 4 for Grace, 2 points for Paul. That's your scoring for Augusta. As Howard outside on the perimeter, being guarded out there by a taller Jones. Now Offer turning the corner, kicks it up top. Howard, spin move, goes in, floater, no good. Grace keeps it alive. Grace looking for somebody to pass it to, and alertly gets the ball down. When you're big like that, you're looking for help. Florence or Offer need to come on that weak side and give her some help in our line of sight. 44-42. Manning up top. Now they get it down low to Grace. Grace gathers, puts it up softly. No good. Grace misfires. She wanted that one back. She and Langley langing down the floor as offensive foul. Ava Jones barreling over Kiera Howard, who's down for the 5th time. Defensive effort. Kiera Howard right there where she needed to be. standing flat-footed, waiting for contact, and now she'll bring the ball into the offensive side of the floor for Augusta. But before she can, she bumps the defender. They've had a little personal challenge going on throughout. And that's an offensive foul on Kiera Howard. So the Jaguars with a 2-point lead. And just that quickly, we get it back. That was the first Jaguar lead of the game, I might add. They try to break this pressure. Florence has it. Howard calls out the play. Operating against a 2-3 zone. They go to a 1-4 set. Flashing up. Now down low. Paul has it. Off-balance shot. Will they count it? Oh, they will count the field goal. Got to take another look at that. Tremendous play by Paul as she flashes through, throws it up over her shoulder, and finds the box and knocks it home. Oh, my goodness. Yamani Paul. So Yamani Paul with the 3-point play, and now Augusta, who had not led in this game, have their largest lead, obviously, by 5. Wow. Yamani Paul, career high 12 points. She's ready to make a run toward that in this fourth period. Operating against Langley with that foul difficulty. That's Jones driving with the right hand. Strong left-handed player. Gets it into Langley. Langley languishing in the lane. Draws contact. She will go to the line. Kennedy Manning will pick up the personal foul. They've got several left-handed players. First time at the line for her. She knocks down a pair. In the game, those are the 9th and 10th, the 7th and 8th free throw attempts, compared to 21 attempts for the Jags. So now 7 of 8 from the free throw line for the Hurricanes. Jaguar lead is 3. Paul steps into 1, banks it. Yamani Paul elevates up over the shorter defender and uses the window. Now Langley back the other way, tries to get back at her. And again, Langley, who is listed at 6'3", but she's towering over Yamani Paul. Paul is every bit of 6'1", 6'1 and a half. Langley makes it 3 for 3 from the line. Career night for Langley. 4 for 4. Everything she touches seems to go in. 6 points in the first half. 10 points here in the second half. 16 in the ball game. Ball deflected. There's a steal and a chance to tie the game, but there's a reach in and a foul, and that one will go against Alford. Jennings with the poor pass. Got to go with the bounce pass, find the angle, and bounce it in there. So 49-46, 6:30 left to play. They work the right side. Eludes the defender, elevates, jump shot, softly up, no good. Rebounded, pulled out of there by Paul, who finds Howard. No pressure now as the Jaguars will bring it to the front court. They may try to press the issue. Howard doesn't see any openings. Goes to Paul, back to her. Howard drops, tries to go with that jump hook off the window, but right there to block it was number 5 stepping in the lane. That's Ava Jones. 6:08 left. Jaguars up by a field goal, a 3-point field goal, as Alford has it. Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week. Turning the corner, handing it off to Howard. Shot clock is at 10. High ball screen. Give it back to Paul, lining up a 3-ball. No. Here comes Jones. Double team, goes back door, deflected. Fence somehow finds the hands of Langley, who's everywhere. Langley with those long arms and big body puts it up. Can't get it in, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. $17 now for Langley. Gang rebounding on the part of the Jaguars, and over the back is the call. Langley finally missed a free throw. Wet spot on the floor. I was talking to a referee friend of mine a few years ago, and he told me that the officials tend not to wipe up those spots. They'd much rather a player or a member of the custodial staff to do it from a litigation standpoint. Often wondered why the officials don't wipe it up. When I was in high school and college, saw it on a regular basis. There's a bad pass and a steal. Langley has it, nearly lost it, got it back. Dribbling against 2 defenders. Doesn't matter, to the basket. Whistle. Heading to the line will be the Hurricanes in the person of Jalecia Williams. So Williams, 1/10 of a point back of LeVay for the lead in scoring for the team through this early portion of the season. At the line, 82.5% free throw shooter, and she knocks it down. And I say 82.5. My notes actually say 87.5. So I want to short her those 5 percentage points. She makes the first. So a pair here. Good second half for her. Nine points now in the game. And a turnover. Deadlocked at 49. 5:17 left. Jaguars fighting back from a 12-point deficit in the first half to tie and take a 5-point lead of their own. Only to see this Hurricane team, currently ranked 15th in the country, come back as Jones has it. Left-handed dribble. Langley, a left-handed post player. Kick it over the left wing. Driving. Chapman kicks it out. Set shot in the air, and it's bottoms. Williams. Those free throws apparently got her warmed up. She now has 12. (52-49). Offer. Got her shot blocked. Those long arms out there for Ava Jones. She's wreaked havoc for Howard and now Alford. And Jaguars reaching in after misfiring. And for Alford, that's her 4th foul. So we've got the immediate timeout. Comes at 4:30 left to play. We're going to take one with them. The Jaguars down by 3.
We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity. customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from this game. It has been back and forth. Talked about the success at the free throw line for this team. Only one miss throughout most of the contest. They had a late miss, and now the drive and basket scored. And look at that, sharing inside, the interior passing. Great catch and finish. And then Langley just backing us down and finishing. And one more time, elevation off the window. That's Lex Chapman. As Chapman at the line with an opportunity for a three-point play. A three-point game is what we have, 52-49 with 4:30 left to play. So Chapman made the first and then missed the second one. So Chapman misfiring on that second one. That was huge. 100% free throw shooter on the season was Chapman before that miss. 6.5 points a game. That's her season average. Chapman with 3 in this one. Florence turns the corner, gives it off to Grace, and they call it for a traveling violation. (53-49), 4:05 left to play. Jones running the point duties. Chapman into the corner, into the hands of LeVay. Now left side. 4-guard offense out there. They work the left side. There's another set shot. Rattles out, no good. Inside position, no good. Second try, blocked by Grace. And there's a whistle. And for Grace, that's her third personal foul. Paul is on the bench. Just a difficult situation for the Jaguars. For any team here in the Peach Belt Conference. Langley carves out so much space in that interior, and the left-hander goes to the free throw line and knocks home another one. Unofficially with 18 points in the game. Now make it 19. Taylor Langley, junior out of Spring Hill, Florida. Kiera Howard, jump hook, wide of the mark. Grace follows up and lays it home. Malia Grace, if you're going to score against me, I got to score down the other end. And Grace, the 6'1" junior, providing the offense the Jaguars need to keep it close. 4-point game, nearing the 3-minute mark. Chapman and Jones, two-man game. Chapman out to Jones. They'll work to the right side. That's LeVay. LeVay with the left-handed drive, no good. Loose ball rebound, pulled out of there by Manning. Big possession here for the Jaguars. They'd love to get a basket, make it a one-possession game. Howard to the rack, misfires. Grace basically velcroed on the back of number 2, Williams. And that's the 5th and final foul of the game. And checking out is Williams. So Williams not at all happy at all, taking appreciation from her teammates, but goes all the way to the end of the bench. As her coach tried to console her. Coach Payne. Grace hands off to Florence, who brings it up top. And now an offensive foul on Jaguars. Kennedy Manning picks up number 4. So we've seen this before. Jaguars getting in foul difficulty down the stretch of a game. Jennings is on the floor along with Howard and Florence at the guards. Twin Towers in the post in Manning and Grace. Trying to operate against Langley, who's in the lane for a while. They get it down low. Now they kick it out on the wing. Chapman. Shot attempt up, no good. Ball tipped out of there. And that one will go against Langley. So Grace heads back to the line. Not sure if Malia Grace expected all this time, but she certainly has it. In her career, she played at Alabama State before coming to Augusta. If this is your first time seeing her. Former Hornet. Started 3 games out of 17 played there. She made 1 of 2, and then they throw the ball away. So it is a 1-possession game by virtue of that 1 free throw by Grace. Grace has tied her career high of 7. Happened earlier against Southern Wesleyan. She probably is close to tying the, if not eclipsing her rebound total, which is 5, as there's a beautiful drive by Monet Florence. Just her 3rd field goal. Monet Florence does it with the four-rate with the left hand. 9 points for Florence. 21 in the game for Howard. Driving, Jones kicks it out. There's a 3-ball. Deep one, and it's good. LeVay with her 2nd triple. The team's 3rd. LeVay with a clutch shot, making it a 4-point game as we near the 1:15 mark. Florence wanted to catch it on the curl and knock down the 3. Instead, she leaves away for Alford for a 3-ball. Rattles around, no good. Good box out by Langley. 2-possession game. There's 1 minute left to go in regulation. That's Chapman out high. Gets the ball back from Jones. LeVay goes down. They find Langley. Lays it up and in. Grace with no resistance. Now they got to call a timeout. 2-possession game it remains. 46.5 seconds left. And I'm sure that interim coach Celeste Stewart is going to talk to her ladies about double teaming that post. Got to get the ball out of the hands of Langley. Don't let her just dribble right in and put the ball off the glass. You've got to make her pass the ball back out on the perimeter. You'll live with the 3-point shot, but you can't give the high percentage shot back to him. I would be remiss if I didn't mention Autumn Phillips, who was a key cog in the Jaguars' success thus far this year, has a walking boot. That's why you've not seen her in action today. Not sure of the severity of the injury. Had not heard anything from Coach Stewart or her assistants. But Autumn Phillips is unavailable. And one more short, talented player who has really stepped up and done huge things thus far this year. Look down the scoring sheets. Autumn Phillips, earlier this season against Wingate, just about a week ago against Wingate, had 24 points, and that's her career high. Losing her, we lose almost 11 points a game, 10.6 a contest, to go along with 2 assists and 5 rebounds. So playing the 15th ranked team in the country and only down 6 without a player who gives you 11 points a game, saying a lot. Manning looking for something. Paul steps inside the lane, needs a 2-ball. Can't get it. There's Alford. Alford loses control of her dribble, puts the shot up, and they call her for a traveling violation. Earlier I talked about how Howard pulled the rug out from under him. The same thing happened to Alford there. She was expecting contact, did the reverse move, and took an extra step. So timeout on the floor. Georgia Southwestern calling it. Coach Payne calling it. 37 seconds remaining, up by 6. Georgia Southwestern with 2 timeouts remaining. Augusta has 1 left. Both teams over the limit. This is a doubleheader. Peach Belt Conference tip-off doubleheader inside of the Christenberry Fieldhouse on Clint L. Bryant Court. I'm Charles McNeil, happy to bring it to you, and thanks to our outstanding production team, the Augusta University sports team, production team doing a great job bringing you all the pictures and pageantry that is the Peach Belt Conference tip-off event. And right now, Celeste Stewart doing her best motivational and teaching opportunities down the stretch here, trying to find a way to come off the deck and get this one to an extra session or win it in regulation. The 5 on the floor for Augusta include the graduate student, Kiera Howard, joined out there by Monet Florence, Jennings, Grace, and Paul. For Georgia Southwestern, to inbound will be Jacqueline LeVay. Langley's out there as well. Jones, Chapman. The 5th person on the floor is Craig. As they foul. A good sportsmanship there by the Augusta University Jaguar star, Monet Florence. Florence's 4th personal foul. One of 2 at the line. Jones on the season, 84.6% free throw shooter. Jones makes both. 8-point game. Howard misfires. Rebounded, kept alive. They work around the horn. There's Paul stepping into a 2-point shot. No good. Rebounded by Craig. And a foul in the backcourt. No. Timeout called by Georgia Southwestern. Comes with 16.5 seconds left, and the Jaguars down 62-58. So it'll be LeVay to inbound, up by 8. Coming out of the timeout, Coach Payne looking to secure the win. And finally, a foul is committed. Monet Florence thought she had committed the foul quite a while ago. They're just saying Monet Florence's first foul, but just a moment ago they said the 4th foul. So look at my sheet here, the previous quarter. Yep, just her first foul. So free throw up and down by number 5. That's Jones. And Jones putting a free throw in, which will not be indicative of how close this game was. It's a 10-point margin with 13.3 left. That's Celeste Stewart, the interim head coach, coaching in her first game in Peach Belt Conference play in that capacity after 5 seasons of doing so, with Millette Green on the verge of suffering their first loss in Peach Belt Conference play. But again, something that you can build upon, and we'll get a chance to talk with her as soon as we wrap things up. But this is a quick turnaround for the Jaguars as well, as they won't have a whole lot of time to linger thinking about this loss, because coming up on Monday, Columbus State comes in. The Cougars 5-2, their record. Cougars coming off of a 74-57 loss at Tuskegee on Friday. They'll be the opponent at 5:30 this coming Monday, and we'll have all the action for you on the Peach Belt Network. Shot attempt up, no good. And Langley will dribble the ball up the floor, and Langley will enjoy the victory. The Hurricanes victorious in game 1 of our doubleheader. Final score 64-54. The Jaguars losing for just the second time this season as they dip to 6-2 on the year. Georgia Southwestern will improve to 6-1 on the season. Unofficially, as we wait for the official numbers to come our way, Kiera Howard with 21 points, Yamani Paul with 5, Monet Florence had 7, Tamaya Alford with 7, 5 points in the game for Shamaria Jenkins, and Malia Grace. All of her scoring in the second half had 7. As we take a look at some of the highlights from this one, as Jones going to the basket with the left hand. As we take a look at some of the highlights, Howard taking care of business. Langley aggressively going to the 10 and making things happen as well. Perimeter shots just falling and making it work time and time again. And basket after basket, as we had some tremendous work done on our end. And then as we roll down to the hole at the end, beautiful move by Yamani Paul right there. And working the boards. We really scrapped and clawed throughout this game. Aggressive as we were to the basket, they kept matching us with every turn. And the Jaguars, as Paul continued to find ways to get shots up off the glass there. Perimeter shots is what got them opportunities, and our hustle plays as we fought all the way to the end. Beautiful move by Monet Florence, and just a tremendous game of basketball that unfortunately fell on the short end of a 10-point loss, 64-54, as we're joined now by the interim head coach in our first season. Celeste Stewart joins us. Coach, I know it's not the way you wanted the opener to go, but your girls played really, really hard. The ladies played extremely hard all the way to the end.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Man, those kids, they play so hard. They play so hard. And we're going to continue to grow. Like, we have so much work to do. I'm so confident in our team, day by day, step by step.
This is the 15th ranked team in the country, and we faced them and gave them everything they could handle on our floor. And I know that you're looking forward to, the rest of the Peach Belt Conference season, which continues on Monday, so a short turnaround. What are some of the things that you're going to work on between, today's game and look, I'm sure you'll look at film, but what's your plans going forward?
Yeah, going forward, I think it's just focusing on us, what things we need to get better at, what things we need to continue to do. Our shots weren't falling. We've been shooting a great percentage up until this point, and the ball wasn't falling. That's okay. Like, we got to figure out what the next step is, and I feel like for us, defensively, like, we got to continue, let that be our juice. 'cause you don't know when the ball's going to go in the basket. So, hard fought. We'll just continue to compete like we always do.
Let's talk about Kiera Howard and her performance. What a game it was. 20 points, 7 rebounds. She did have 7 turnovers, but 2 assists and a steal as well. She, as always, stuffs the stat sheet. But more importantly than even that, what I enjoyed about watching her, she was confident about playing in this team. She's had a lot of success against this team, and you witnessed most of it. 20-point performance, 16 points, 14 points. She came in averaging 13.2, and I knew you could lean on her to get your team back in the game once you fell behind.
Yeah, she's a competitor. Heart and soul of our team. Competitor. I have no doubt about that. And like I said, we're going to continue to compete. Like, obviously the results is not what we wanted. But we know what we got to work on, and we're just going to continue to build from there.
Yeah, I saw the team in terms of Kiera hitting the floor 5 times. I counted unofficially. 5 times she hit the floor. And, again, an extension of yourself. What is it that you need from your leader in terms of getting the offensive flowing? As you said, that was one of the things that you really wanted to work toward doing. Yeah, just continuing to play our game, like being able to, respond to the way people. The job of playing together. We just got to continue to flow within our offense and be confident our shots are going in. Yeah, I was going to say, when I look at the overall numbers in this game, we look down at them. 27.6% is not indicative of how this team has been shooting throughout the game. 16 of 58. After an 18% shooting day in the first quarter, we bounced back with nearly 36%. You had to be feeling going into the locker room that we had turned the corner.
I agree. And we talk about our third quarter. Our third quarter is going to be so important. And we had a good third quarter. Just at the end, just late fouls. We got to continue to stay disciplined in what we do and mental toughness and just continue to fight through that. But our team play hard. I don't doubt that. And they will continue to.
Well, Coach, I know it wasn't the way that you wanted the Peach Belt regular season to begin, but the good thing is we will get a chance to get back out on the floor in a couple of days, and I know that they'll be ready and shooting a lot better, and probably a lot larger crowd will be out here for an evening contest than they were this afternoon. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Celeste Stewart, interim head coach of the Jaguars. They fell on the short end of a 64-54 setback, and when we come back, we'll have the men's contest. Is this a wrap for this one? Your final score once again from Augusta. In game 1 of our doubleheader, it was Georgia Southwestern State 64 and the Jaguars of Augusta, the women, 54. For all of our hardworking men and women for Augusta University Sports, I'm Charles McNeil. Stay tuned for more on the Peach Belt Sports Network.